we have to remember that we're sacrificing a lot throughout the hockey season.
What are the most important qualities a good ice hockey coach must have?
I think that just people skills is at the top of the list. Understanding the athletes, understanding the staff, good communication, and just sort of feeling the energy of the team, the individuals, the groups, and making sure that things stay on the path that you plan ahead of time, and then dealing with the bumps in the road as you go.
How have the requirements for a coach changed in recent years?
Well, I think that every year the game of hockey gets better. In the last decade or so, strategy, systems, that stuff is continually improved and become more and more important for teams. And I think that for coaches to stay current with things, to stay on top of things, to continually improve and push their team and their players to improve is the key.
How can success be defined for an ice hockey coach?
Yeah, I think that it's in our blood as athletes or coaches or sport people in general that winning is the ultimate measuring stick. But in a league like this with 13 teams that is this competitive, and only one champion, there are other measures of success. But the ultimate goal is always to have the trophy over your head at the end of the season. And then within that, you want to see individuals succeed and accomplish their goals, and you want collective success as a team. And it's not always a failure of a season if you don't win. But the way we're wired, it's hard to end the season before the final game.
What does a typical workday during the season look like?
We're busy. Obviously, a tough game schedule. So early mornings at the rink and going through past games, identifying areas that we did well or need improvement, and then refining that down to good quality information that the players can digest so that the players don't have to sit through an overload of information, but making sure they get the video and the information that they need to improve in different areas, to reinforce the good habits, the good things on the ice, and then depending on the next game or the time of the week, to start to prepare for our next opponent, to understand their strategy, their players, and integrate our game plan against them, and then obviously designing the practices that we want to have, and then going on the ice and making sure that the players get what they need out of practice to prepare for those games. And with a game day, a lot of the same stuff, just sort of focusing in on the important factors to get ready for that game, and throughout the game, the adjustments that we need to have, and then rinse and repeat when it's all done for the next game or practice.
How do you design training sessions and prepare for games?
We work pretty well together, our group, in terms of discussing what the team needs, what the bigger picture plan is, and then focusing in more day to day on what they need and what time of year it is. Right now, in August, it's a lot about making sure that we're in top condition, so the physical side of things, and that the players are all on the same page with the systems side of the game. Not worrying as much about the results of our exhibition games, but more making sure that we're on track with the process, so that when September 12th hits and the games become more meaningful, that we're at our best for that point of the season. And then, continually throughout the year, making sure that we're identifying times to rest, to recover, to work, to push, to get better, and adjusting our approach as we need to.
How did you become an ice hockey coach? Were there key stages in your playing career?
I spent a lot of time in the stands with injuries as a player and sort of saw the game from a different perspective. I had a number of really good coaches through junior. So I think in those years and those time periods when I was not able to play, I started to see the game a little different and learn the game a little bit different. And when it was time to finish playing, it was kind of a natural transition to coaching, and I fell in love with it really quickly, and quickly learned that it's not as hard on the body. It might be harder on the mind, but not as hard on the body. And I loved doing it. I loved learning more and more about the game and talking to coaches that I knew or get to know coaches that I didn't know and understanding more about the coaching world and working with teams and applying that knowledge to players and helping them grow and helping teams succeed.
What motivates you each day in your job?
I just think the chance to get better, myself, the players we work with, the team, the results, and just the interaction. I think that we're fortunate in our world to show up at a hockey rink with 25, 30 guys that enjoy being there and work towards a common goal. There's not many days that feel like work. And that's not to say we don't put a lot of hard work in and a lot of hours in, but it's enjoyable. And we're lucky that we get to do that. And, we can lose a game, but the next morning the sun comes up and we get back to the rink and we get back at it again. And it's just a fun world to live in and fun to be a part of.
Have there been moments when you doubted your decision?
No, I enjoy my job. I enjoy my career. I think there's moments that we have to remember that we're sacrificing a lot throughout the hockey season, whether it's family time or weekends or early nights. But that it balances with the off season where we have time to rest and relax and give ourselves more to our family and our loved ones. But when I scan back and look at the big picture, I think every day we're really lucky to work in hockey.
What have been your greatest challenges or setbacks as a coach so far, and how did you overcome them?
I think losing big games that you set out to win and expected to win or felt a lot of pressure to win and dealing with all those internal voices, wondering if you made a right decision or could have done something differently to influence a different outcome. But I think the great thing about hockey is that there's usually, unless it's the final game of the year, there's usually a next game. So rather than dwelling on those setbacks, using them as motivation and figuring out how to get better and identifying the mistakes or decisions that you made that you're not happy with and knowing that next time around when a similar situation comes that you're equipped to make those decisions the right way.
How do you balance the demand for team success with the development of individual players, especially younger ones?
I think that's huge at any level, but at our level, I think it's really important with 10 import players and then the balance of the domestic players, and often a core group of them are younger players that want to further their own career. They want to climb the ranks. They want to earn more ice time. And if you can help those guys along the way and help them understand how to get better and help them get better, they're not only going to make your team better in the immediacy, but also open more doors for themselves, which is rewarding for them. And as a coach, we always want to see our athletes succeed and be proud of their accomplishments. So I think that it's a fine balance between kind of that win now mode and understanding that some individuals need a slower path or a more planned out path, then it's not going to be everything all at once for them. But as coaches, we need to have both of those lenses on of let's do everything we can to win the next game, and also let's do everything we can to build better athletes, better people along the way.
What goals and visions do you have for your future as a coach?
As much winning as possible. I don't think too far into the future. Right now, we're focused on this season, and we want to accomplish great things and really take a step forward with this club. It's a dream, obviously, to be a head coach at the NHL level, but I try not to look too far ahead and just do the best job I can right now, and that's with Fehérvár in this hockey season and doing everything that we can to succeed, and that'll be the reward if we can accomplish that.